Hey, welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite brown nail polishes. So I had to get around to favorite browns, and I guess we're doing kind of nude tones as well, like beiges, tans, that kind of thing. I had to get around to that in November because that is pretty much the only time of year that I personally reach for this particular shade. Every now and then, maybe I'll go for like a tanny beige, or a white with a little bit of beige in it in the summertime, but hardly, it's rare. And honestly, I find that brown is just not a color that I get excited about, but that's part of why I am so excited to share these top 10, because these browns and tans get me excited to wear that shade. If you're new to the channel, because we have had a lot of new people join here lately, I am kind of finishing up this series, so I will link the playlist up in the card so you can check out all of the colors that I've done so far. So how I did this is I combed through my collection, and I thought if I could only keep 10 beiges, browns, that kind of color family, what would they be? And they're going to be the colors that I share with you here. A lot of these are limited edition, unfortunately, because I am an indie polish enthusiast, and that's just kind of, it comes with the territory with indie polishes. But if any of these are still available, a few of them are, I will link them down in the description box. All right, we're gonna start with mainstreams first, beginning with the lighter side of the brown family, the kind of beigey tan colors. So my absolute lightest, like borderline not brown, but kind of like beigey pick is from OPI, and it's called Coastal Sanctuary. This one has an almost white base with just a little bit of beige in there. So I put off getting this for too long. It's become easily one of my favorite like cream shades. I've worn it several times as a pedicure. It just gives a really clean look on the nails, but I've worn it as a manicure too. For such a light shade, it just has a really good, impressive formula. For me, most of the time I can get it opaque in 2 coats, but if you've got longer nails, maybe you'd need a third, but they are 3 really easy coats. Yeah, I really like how this shade particularly complements my skin tone. It gives me a pop of brightness and freshness, and some beigey colors, some tan shades, if they have too much yellow in them, they look a little bit grungy and dirty on the nails, and this does not. It looks clean and crisp and just perfect. I have similar feelings about my next pick, which is Zoya Jack. Zoya Jack is a light tan cream. So Jack is quite a bit deeper in tone than the OPI Coastal Sanctuary. This one truly is like a tan kind of beigey cream, and so many polishes in the shade family have come and gone into my collection because y'all know I love a pop of color on my nails. But Zoya Jack gives me that pop of color on my nails. It is crisp, it's clean, it's fresh, and the undertones don't lean too yellow, so that it gives me kind of a grungy, grimy look. It looks clean and just, it's beautiful, beautiful on my skin tone. It also has a really great formula. I have the Z-Wide brush in here. Of course, I always use the Z-Wide brush, but with the Z-Wide brush, this one is an easy 2-coater for me. And my final beigey kind of pick comes from KBShimmer, an indie brand, and it's called Clothesminded. Clothesminded has a beige jelly base and micro glitters that are metallic in a variety of colors. There's like a purple, a sky blue, a copper, and maybe like a brown too. So you already know, if you've been here for a while, I'm sold on every KBShimmer glitter crelly, but especially the micro glitter crellies. Ugh, like if I had to pick one finish to wear forever, it would be this or Bee's Knees Lacquer, Lion Cousin Siblings, or Bluebird Lacquer Shattered Hollows. But this is right up there. So beautiful, so perfect. And it was another one I just held off on getting for years. It was like just living rent free in my head. And I thought I wouldn't like it because, again, I just don't reach for beige or brown super often. But I finally took the plunge. I grabbed this and I'm so glad I did. It has the perfect formula. It's fully opaque in 2 to 3 coats. They're really easy coats. They pretty much apply themselves. Those glitters lay perfectly flat on the nail, so you don't need any kind of glitter grabber or glitter smoother. You can just put on a quick dry top coat and you're done. And this combination of glitter colors is so beautiful and dainty and fun and unexpected and whimsical. I love Clothesminded. Moving on to browns, we'll start with one that I've worn really recently for the first time. It's from Kathleen Co and it is Rosary Pea. Rosary Pea has a cool brown base and strong shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green at extreme angles. Okay, I'm so glad I got this one. I have to thank Stephanie, Polished Yogi, for this purchase. When this initially released in Polish Pickup, I don't know when, like last year, the year before, it got hyped up really, like seriously, people were super enthusiastic about this polish and I was just convinced it wasn't for me. And then I heard Stephanie mention it a few times on her channel. It got voted on to return for Polish Pickup Rewind, and so I had to snag a bottle to see what all the hype was about. And my skin tone is really different from Stephanie's, so I just wasn't sure I was gonna love it on me as much as I did on her. I did. I loved this on me. The shifts were so entertaining, and this shade of brown, this like really super cool, like it has a lot of gray in it, was actually gorgeous against my skin tone. It had a creamy formula. I could sing praises of this polish all day. Just everything about it was stunning. I'm so happy to have it in my collection, and it's one I can see myself wearing every fall. Maybe winter too, because I think the gray in the base lends this very well to winter. One with a similar base color comes from Wildflower Lacquer, and it's called The Sky Is Finally Opened. I'm really resisting the urge to burst into song because I love that song, but I cry every time I sing it or hear it. I don't know, it gets me. But this one has like, I think it's truly described as a purple base, but it's like a purpley browny gray base with strong shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green and lots of holographic. This one instantly pops into my head when I think favorite browns. I know, again, it's described as being like something like a purple, some kind of muted, dusty purple, but when I swatched it before I read the description, when I wore it without reading, I thought it was a brown. So I'm putting it here. But the base color, again, was just incredibly flattering on my skin tone, I felt. And the shimmer was so vibrant and shifty in the base. I loved it when you saw the flash of red. I adored that flash of green too. And the holographic in here is just so fine and gorgeous. Wildflower makes some wonderful polishes. Luckily, this one came back for Rewind. This is the original release, but a 2.0 version that's slightly different returned for Rewind. This past year, I didn't feel compelled to get a second bottle of this because, like I said, brown is just not a color I reach for a lot. But now I'm wondering, was that a mistake? Because between the song and just loving the song that this polish is inspired by so much, and then loving the polish, like, I maybe should have gotten a backup. This one is a super old Calor to Carol shade. It is called Elf Magic. Elf Magic is a really warm kind of gingerbready brown, and it's got gold holographic glitter and maybe like some gold shimmer too. So I got this in a mystery bag de-stash and initially wasn't super excited about it. When I got it on my nails, which was a few holiday seasons ago, I think I wore it as a Skittle. Maybe I've worn it a few times though. I adored it. It totally reminds me of like gingerbread cookies. And that's how I'm planning to wear it this season. I'm hoping to get around to doing some like gingerbread nail art. I just think that would be so fun. We'll see if it actually happens, but this polish, it just feels good. Like it feels cozy. I see this and I think like bakery treats, winter time. It's a really yummy shade of brown. The formula is really good too, although the holographic isn't like, you know, knock you out intense holographic. It has this beautiful subtle sparkle, and accompanied with the gold, it just has the end result is so squishy and juicy, and I think it's gorgeous. Another one I absolutely love is Bee's Knees Lacquer Sunrise Sunset. This one has a really dark, maybe like chocolatey base color with super intense shiny shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green, and I am seeing a theme here, as well as some holographic flakes. This one is a lion cousin or sibling. Okay, oh my goodness, Sunrise Sunset. I adore it. And I find myself with my browns most of the time. I think the only exception is maybe that Calor Carol is, for me to love a brown, there has to be a lot going on to keep me interested, because I'm not super enthused about the base color alone, but when it's got this much hollow in it, or like super loud, vibrant shimmer, like I can get on board with that with any base color. And that's what won me over with Sunrise Sunset. The contrast between the really deep dark brown base, it's almost black, and that vibrant shimmer, oh, it's mesmerizing. And then when you take this into the sun and you get all that holographic, it just, I mean, who couldn't love that? I'm planning on doing in the next couple months like a video of my favorite lion cousin slash siblings, and this one's gonna be in it. I love Sunrise Sunset. 3 more. The next one is from Femme Fatale, and it's called Golden Bird. Golden Bird has also kind of a purpley brown base. Interesting, another theme, and guess what the shimmer is? Red to copper to gold to green with scattered holographic. Oh my gosh. I don't realize until I say the descriptions aloud back to back to back how similar a lot of my choices are sometimes. I love a shifting shimmer though, and apparently brown really pairs well with red to copper to gold to green shifts. But this one is gorgeous. It really does have a super purple leaning brown base. Maybe it's even described as a purple, but with all that shimmer in there, it reads brown on the nails. This one I wore as a full manicure a few years ago for Thanksgiving, and I loved it because I think this color is gorgeous for Thanksgiving. The name of it is Golden Bird, like a turkey, right? That wasn't part of the maker's intention, but I had fun with it. And so I'm actually gonna wear this as a Skittle with a few other polishes for Thanksgiving this year. And this might be like my annual Thanksgiving polish, because with a name like that, like I have to. 2 more, and they are both from Cuticula. This one is Chocolate with Nuts. This one has a really cool brown leaning base. It's got flakes that are gold and copper, as well as black flakes. So this one was part of the Caitlin Swatches collaboration, so hats off to Caitlin. This polish is beautiful. It has Cuticula's iconic like Crelly formula. It's so smooth and squishy and easy to work with. It builds up perfectly in 3 coats. I love how the flakes contrast against that brown base. And again, this kind of follows the theme that I was mentioning earlier. I need my brown polishes to have some wow factor, and these flakes give me that. And then those black flakes just provide some additional dimension to the polish. This one is perfect. Perfect for fall, perfect for winter. It just gives me like cozy feelings, and I love it. And my last favorite brown is another Cuticula. It's called Complicated. This one has a dark, warmer, chocolatey brown base with beautiful flakes that shift like a pinky red to copper to gold to green, and holographic glitter. Okay, so we've got that same gorgeous shift, but this time in a warmer base and with flakes. This released in Polish Pickup for 2021, and I remember when I swatched it, I was thinking, oh, I don't know, I'm not crazy about browns, but I just could not I could not part with it. It's just too incredible of a polish. Have you had polishes like that before? I'm not 100% sure I want to reach for this in this moment, but I feel confident that someday this is gonna be like one of my favorites. That's how this polish is for me. I actually wore it last week, I think, and it just blew me away. The way the flakes shift in this base is gorgeous. The base itself was really rich. And then when you got the holographic twinkle and the brighter lighting, it was lights out. Game over. This polish is beautiful. So those are my favorite brown polishes. Let me know yours down in the comments. I think like doing my favorite video series has really helped me kind of narrow down what I'm drawn to. And I feel like in general with browns, it's either a cool toned base or a red leaning base, I don't really tend to reach for the yellowy browns as much, and I need some kind of like wow factor, some serious sparkle to draw me in. Let me know down in the comments what kind of browns you enjoy wearing. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other videos in the series. Again, that is linked up in the cards. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!